rice set. Now, I'm going to use beef this time. Normally people would use lamb, but sometimes my nonna would even make it with chicken. She would boil the chicken and then pull it apart and then wrap it up with the rice. But we're going to do a nice classic version of it. So I'm going to chop up some onion nice and fine, and also the garlic, beautiful fresh garlic. I'll crush that as well. And that'll help to release all the oils and get it tasting really, really tasty. Now, I know this pan's nice and hot. I can just see it smoking out of the corner of my eye. So what I'm going to do, and it's a nice little trick, or as you would call it, a little hack, put the onion and garlic in first without any oil, so you don't splash any oil on everything. Now I can turn it up to a nice medium or high velocity, and in goes extra virgin olive oil, something that would be used in abundance in my house. So a nice big splash of that. And you can see, as soon as I add the oil, it helps to transfer the heat from the actual fry pan into what I'm cooking underneath.
And olive oil and the Mediterranean go hand in hand.
There we go.
It's so good for our brains, our hair, our joints. That's why they're all so young.
Because I had so much good food and olive oil as a kid, that's why I've got beautiful red hair.
I know.
You know, that's a sign of healthiness. Now, in goes some herbs. I've got some fennel, some cinnamon, and some cumin go in there. About a teaspoon of each. Although the cinnamon, I'll just put like a half a thumbnail or half a fingernail in there. I've also got some dried mint. In that goes as well. About a tablespoon of that. Nice and tasty. And I love using dried mint. It's got a really nice flavour to it. Now, of course, the beef. Now, as I said before, you can use just about anything for it, but I'm going to grab about 200
And you
grams.
don't have to use meat, do you? I often have the grab these from a deli just for a little snack.
You can. You can actually use it with just rice and, what's that thing again? Tofu? You can put that in there. Or you can cook it up with vegetables. So I just sort of break it apart with my fingers like this to make sure I get it to break down nicely. All I need is a little more salt because salt loves meat, meat loves salt, and a good twist of pepper. And what I'm going to do is break that down nice and gently. It takes a couple of minutes or so until the meat's cooked and all those flavours have come together beautifully. Okay, Rosie, you can see that meat is cooked beautifully. Now I'm going to add the herbs, the dill. That is beautifully chopped, Rosie. Well done. And I'm also going to add this rice. I got 2 cups of long grain rice, and I let it soak for about an hour or so in some cold water. And then I drain it off. You can see it takes all the starch away from it. And then when I'm ready to use it, I just pop it straight into the pan here. Make sure I get every single little bit out of it. Now what I'm going to do, Rosie, is just toss that off a little bit so it's all mixed together beautifully. You can use a spoon like this. What you want to do is make it nice and even all the way through there like that. You can see that's nice and even. And then I'm just going to pop this into the bowl here. Now, I should let this cool down a little bit, but what I'm going to do is keep on going because we're on a roll here, aren't we?
We are on a roll.
Bring this pot over here because this is what we're going to put the tomatoes in. And I'll just turn that gas jet off there because I don't want to burn. I don't want to singe anything. Now, what I've got here is some onion, some tomato, and some zucchini. And this is what my nonna used to do. She used to take these and put them down the bottom. Just roughly chop like this, but you can see they're quite small. And what this does is forms a nice little base of veggies on the bottom. Also gives it a lovely flavour. But holds the tomatoes up the bottom, so you get lots of stock in there and lots of liquid, and it holds it together. So slice it all the way through here like this, and you can do the tomato if you want. Slice it nice and fine. These veggies, you can leave them at the end, and I like to put them with a little bit of the rice and the tomatoes. There we go. Grab the tomato like that. In they go. There we go. I'll grab them off. You've sliced them beautifully. That's it. Straight through there. There we go. I'll grab these and then throw them in. Now, these are vine leaves that you can buy from any European store or some delis, and even supermarkets have them now. What they do is they soak them in a brine so they're nice and soft like this. So all you have to do is take them out of the brine, maybe wash them off a little bit if you want to.
A very unique flavour, isn't it?
They are. They're beautiful. These are quite small vine leaves, so you don't want to overdo it too much. And what we do is just fold in the sides like this, and then fold it over like that. So we've got these nice tiny little tomatoes. Now, if you've got really large leaves, you'll make them a lot bigger. Or you could use spinach leaves, silver beet leaves, or even cabbage leaves, which is often how they do it. And make sure that that seam side is down so they don't pop open. Then all we do is fill this up with all the tomatoes and then pour some stock over the top, some cabbage, and a plate over the top so it doesn't explode. Then simmer it away for about 40 minutes to an hour. I can't wait to roll all
We've got a
these.
lot of work to do.
We have.